Every single day, without even realizing it, we are surrounded by toxins. It's in our food, in our water, and even in the air in our homes. Some are removed by the liver, and others build up over time, hiding deep inside your tissues. This is a process called bioaccumulation. Let's break down nine of the most common toxins that people don't even know they're exposed to and how to replace them with safer alternatives. Let's start with something that almost everyone has: household cleaners. The stuff under your sink might actually be doing more harm than good. A lot of these products contain ammonia and sodium hydroxide, which can irritate the lungs and skin. Some bottles even have warning signs on them that say avoid inhaling fumes. Now, that says a lot right there. So, if you have pets or kids, you have to be very cautious when it comes to this. Now, here's a simple swap. You can mix apple cider vinegar and baking soda. It's natural, it works, and you won't have to wear gloves or hold your breath while using it. Number two on the list is tap water. Now, trust me, I get it. Tap water is super convenient, about as convenient as it could ever get. But did you ever ask yourself what's actually in it? Now, just to name a few, tap water often contains chlorine, fluoride, and sometimes even microorganisms that survive treatment. One study even found that chlorine can damage your DNA, even with the legal limits. I know, right? That's crazy. Now, there's a few ways you could go about this. The first one I would say is get a water filtration system for your home. This is probably the best upgrade you could possibly get for your home. Now, another solution, if you can't afford that because it is pretty expensive, you could go on a website called fondaspring.com, and then you could go and collect your spring water for free. And the good thing about the spring water is it's gonna have a lot of minerals in it. That's why some people prefer spring water over any other kind of water. Now, if you're having an issue with finding a spring also, you could obviously just go to your supermarket and get spring water. Now, I would recommend that you get the spring water in a glass bottle, but I know it could be pretty expensive. If that's the case, just get the one in the plastic bottle and make sure the plastic is BPA free. I did it for many, many years. I've been dealing with the crystal geyser before I had a better solution. Now, another solution is you could get a reverse osmosis machine that'll filter your water, and that's very, very clean water. And if you're lucky, like me, I go to a supermarket called Mom's Organic Market, and they have a reverse osmosis machine, and the water is super cheap, 39 cents a gallon. We talking. Number three on the list is gonna be mold. Mold doesn't just grow on old bread. It could live inside your walls, around leaky pipes, pretty much anywhere that's dark and damp. Y'all nasty. Keep your mind out the gutter. The mycotoxins from mold can trigger asthma, allergies, and all sorts of other breathing problems. If you ever notice a musty smell, that's your cue to check for leaks and start cleaning with a natural mold fighter, such as apple cider vinegar and tea tree oil. Oh, and make sure your deodorant is working, because that just might be you. Number four, pesticides. Now, whether it's in your garden or in your store-bought produce, pesticide gets absorbed in the plants and then eventually into your body. Studies have linked long-term exposures to certain pesticides with cancer and neurological issues. So if you can, go organic. And if you grow your own food, stay away from the spray and use a natural pest repellent like neem oil or companion planting instead. Subscribe. Number five, processed food additives. Try to avoid the hormones, antibiotics, dyes, and preservatives in our food. A lot of fast food or even food that's packaged in general aren't only just empty calories, but also chemicals that could ruin your hormones, your gut health, and even your mood. Things like nitrates in cured meat and parabens in cosmetics have been linked to cancer and hormonal disruption. So before you buy anything, make sure you take a second and look at the ingredients. If you can't pronounce it or it's a paragraph long, it's probably best to just skip it. Number six, plastics. Plastics is another big one, right? Because it seems like this thing is everywhere. And most plastics contain BPA, which is known to disrupt your hormones and metabolism. And if you're using plastic, I can almost guarantee that you have microplastics inside of you. And if you heat up that plastic in any way, like if you put it in the microwave or you put hot food inside of it, the microplastics will leach off of the plastic. And the bad thing about microplastics is that they are PFAS, aka forever chemicals, meaning that these things is almost impossible to break down. Like I said earlier, I've dealt with water that's put in plastic bottles for many, many years. So I understand how hard it is to completely avoid this, but just try your best and whenever you can, use glass instead of plastic. It's better for you and it's better for the planet. Remember that. Number seven, non-stick cookware. Non-stick pans sound amazing. You don't have to use oil. It's easy to clean, but the trade-off just isn't worth it. When this stuff is heated, they can release something called PFOA fumes, which is linked to liver and testicular tumors. And they also contain a lot of those forever chemicals that we just mentioned not too long ago. Instead, you should be using stainless steel, ceramic, or cast iron. And it might take a little getting used to, but once you get that down pat, you'll see it's just as easy to cook with as the non-stick. Number eight, candles and air fresheners. Now, this one seems to shock a lot of people, but they release something called VOCs, which can irritate the respiratory system and trigger asthma and allergies, just to name a few. One of the VOCs that most of them contain is something called benzene, which is linked to leukemia and other blood disorders. Now, if you still want your house to smell good and you still like to set the mood and stuff like that, don't worry, I got an alternative. You could get beeswax candles or you could get an essential oil diffuser. This way, you could still get the good vibes without the chemical cloud. Number nine, skincare products. The word fragrance on the label might seem harmless, right? But what a lot of people don't know is that this can be a mix of hundreds or even thousands of chemicals. So they use the word fragrance to hide a lot of ingredients that could irritate your skin and disrupt your hormones. And sometimes there's other ingredients such as sodium lauryl sulfate, which is an industrial cleaners, not exactly what you want on your face, huh? Instead, you want to go with organic or plant-based skincare lines that actually name all their ingredients. Transparency is key here. When I first learned about all this, it honestly had me frustrated because obviously none of us want toxins in our body, but not only that, they're so hard to avoid and it's everywhere. Now, the truth of the matter is, we cannot avoid everything, but the idea here is to try your best. We actually have a lot more control than we think. All you gotta do is start with one switch at a time. Maybe your water, or your cookware, or even your cleaning products. But remember, every change adds up. Just take small steps, and by the time you look back, you'll notice you walked a whole mile. And if you already been on this journey, drop a comment and share your tips down below. I love to see what's working for y'all too. If this video helped you out in any way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more holistic health tips. Let's keep detoxing our lives, one step at a time. Peace.